I promise that is a truck. So as with most things, when you start them, they kind of snowball. I think I explained in my last video what I was going to do, but I just thought I'll do another little bit. I think I might do a video each week this month because I'm trying to get this done, although it might not be done. So the things that I've done already, I put these back on the poles, and I've done this sort of neater wiring cover, if it will show you. So it's heat shrink, and then I sort of cut it to fit the base of the tube. Looks quite snazzy. Better than what I had before, because that was just electrical tape, because I didn't know what heat shrink was when I built this truck originally. And then I drilled the holes bigger for the bolts, or the nuts. A tiny little hardware. I don't think I can even show you properly, but yeah, teeny little things. So I can never get a socket in there, so I drilled bigger holes so I could get a socket in and tighten them up properly. The grill, I've started filler priming it and sanding it, and then repeat. That's still ongoing. It's going fine so far. I just took the chassis cover off and polished it, and then while I was there, I thought I think I said in the last video, I'm going to repaint the wheel arches. Now I wish I hadn't done that, because what I did was I stripped paint off of the old ones and then tried to repaint them. And I know anybody who knows anything about paint's probably face palming right now, because they've realised the problem that I've found is I can't colour match it, because the paint, even though it's the same colour, it says the same colour on the can. You can never paint match paint properly, because it's mixed in a different batch and it's a different temperature outside, and paint's very sensitive to that sort of thing. So even though I used the same cherry red, this dark red, it came out completely different. So, and I didn't do a very good job, because I got quite angry at it, because my OCD did not like that. But after I got over the fact that I can't colour match it, it's not going to happen. So now this truck's probably going to end up being a slightly three-tone red. But then I even looked at the wheels the other day and thought, they look to be a different shade of red anyway. So maybe it's going to be a 4-shade red. Anyway, the truck's going to be red. There's going to be lots of shades of red, but it's going to be red. In hindsight, I shouldn't have touched the old ones. I should have started to paint new ones. So if anyone's doing this, a similar thing, and you're going to redo some paintwork, do not paint your original panels. Get replacement panels and paint them, because if that all goes to the balls, you can put your old ones back on and no one will know the difference. I can't do that because I was an idiot and stripped the paint off the old ones. So now my wheel arches are going to be a different shade of red, and it killed my OCD when I figured that out. I literally was, it was really horrible to think about it. But then I thought, bollocks to it, you know. I'm not perfect, and neither's the truck, so sod it, you know. I've built it, I've painted it, I've done all the wiring, I built the frame, so sod it. I'm not right, neither the truck. So yeah, they're taking a bit longer than I wanted to, because I had to buy some more parts, because I only had a few spares. I didn't have a whole set. I didn't have any tops. So I bought some off a friend who they should be on the way, and then I can paint the new set. And it'll be the same style, so it'll be all red apart from the raised bits on the top covers. They'll be white, so there'll be 4 or 5 white stripes across each one. So yeah, that's, and also the weather's not brilliant at the minute, so obviously I can't do it when it's wet or cold. So yeah, that's work in progress. My mate's making my stickers, should be here by the end of next week. Got one for the bonnet, some for the mirrors, a new one for the back, spray flap, and my logo on the other side. I did all this, take all this apart to get to the chassis cover. That's the grille, by the way. So it's filler primer is that yellow colour. So I think that's had 6 coats. And I'll sand it down, put some more on. It's doing its job slowly. I took the chassis cover off because I wanted to polish it, and I think it's come out quite nice. So it's very shiny, and yeah, you can kind of see the reflection. Makes my phone look. Yeah, it came out really, really nice. I was expecting it to take hours. It took about 45 minutes. And then I put the stacks back on. I didn't touch the stacks because I didn't want it to ruin my sticker. But yeah, my logo is going to go in here, this panel. I'm only going to do it on one side because the other one's got the lockers and it'd be a bit weird. But yeah, I took the lights out and polished it up lovely, and yeah, very happy with that. So that's going to go back on and be much better. A lot of people ask me why don't I paint it. Reason being, everyone paints them. Thought it'd be a bit different. Plus, I don't know, I just like it polished. It looks cool. You can get real ones that are all polished. I think Coles and Sons T-Cab, the blue one, I think that's all polished on the bottom. So yeah, so that's done. It's ready to go back on, but I can't do that until one, the wheel arches are painted, which might take me a little bit, but we'll get there. And two, I put my new speaker in. So this is a new speaker. Now it's a 66.5mm diameter, and it's an 8 watt, or rated power, 8 watt. This one here is a 50mm 4 watt. I believe. It did the job, but it was a bit quiet and it was a bit tinny. It didn't really have a very good quality of sound to it. But back then I thought that was the biggest I could fit. But since then I know that I can sort of go back, you know, not just this part. I can go into here as well. I can go into this area. So that's where this one comes in. So it's a big old difference. But I'll take this lot off and then make a new mount that will bolt into the holes that I've got. It will come down, in, down, and then under. So then the new speaker will sit in there. So yeah, I got that being sorted. I'll do that, and then I'll get the arches painted, and then I'll put the infill back on. Hopefully my mate sent me my stickers so I can get that on the flap, and I can rebuild the entire rear end. And then I've taken the little plastic flaps off, these little arch extenders, because I never painted them, but they had loads of overspray on. So when I built this truck originally, I just wrapped them in electrical tape, which did the job for about a month, and then the electrical tape started to come off. So I've been constantly sort of fiddling with it. So I took them off, and I'm just going to paint them black, and then we're going to put the Scania stickers on the back. So just a little bit of subtle detail. But something else that was annoying me. So the grille is work in progress. It should be alright, but I'm prioritising getting the rear end put together first. Poles are done. I just got to solder them back on, but I don't want to do that until the bumper's done, because to put the grille on I need to put the bumper up here so I can get to the top of it, which will be the back. You see what I mean? But to do that, all the wiring's got to come up with it, and if I wire these in, I can't get the wiring up because they sort of cover it. So yeah, I can't. I'll solder them back up last. Haven't done anything else, I don't think. But yeah, I went to Plymouth yesterday. I took the R series and the S, and I brought some bits. So for the R, I brought these bits, which will go on there. They bend slightly, so you can sort of see what I'm going for. Not bad for, I think these are like £4 off Aztec, because the guy who owns Aztec Models runs the Plymouth Model Club group meeting thing, whatever you want to call it. And I say that it's not just trucks, they do tanks and drift cars as well. And he sort of splits the room into 3 sections. So you've got tanks at one end, trucks in the middle, which is the biggest, and then you've got the drifters at the end, not like a figure of 8. But I got them for that, just to polish the truck off even more. Got the speaker for the T-Cab, and then I also got for the S, I started my visor, just same as what I did for the 4 Series, just a piece of aluminium and bend it, simple. I'm going to put 4 marker lights, so to be one in each corner. I was tempted to do a little bit more to it, but a lot of people really liked it actually when I took it to Plymouth, so I might just leave it. I've got, I think I said in the last one, aluminium spotlights, perimeter kit, and a low bar on the way. Well, I say on the way, I need to pay for it tomorrow, which is not going to be cheap, but I'll pay for it and then go post them. And then I also bought from Aztec these, which go underneath the doors, so they're amber lights, so they go sort of under this line, so they go from there all the way across and then down to there. So you can see that'll be under the step, above the step, sorry, and then that goes over the arch, and they're orange. So that's what I got from Aztec. I got one thing for the S, one thing for the R series, and one thing for the 4 series, and then my mate, my amazing friend Lee, who's got a 3D printer, printed me a lip spoiler. Now, I don't know what to do really, because is that the right way up? No, that's the right way up. Obviously, I've got to take this plastic chrome thing off, but that goes, difficult to show you, kind of like that. Obviously I paint it, but and it's like the bodywork splitter or bumper extension, whatever the hell you want to call it. The little dilemma I have now is, of course, I've got an aluminium one of these coming with lights in it. So do I mount that underneath this, or what? I don't know. So I'm going to see what they look like, and then I'll go from there. Not sure exactly. I have seen one. There's a guy at the Nationals. He's called Nathan, and he had not a Tamiya S, he had a 3D printed one. Before Tamiya did the S, everyone 3D printed them, and he has a 3D printed S with a lip spoiler and a low bar on. So the lip spoiler is on the bumper, and then the low bar is on the lip spoiler. Looks pretty nice actually. So I might try and do that, just to make it really low at the front. I want to lower the rear as well, because I'm going to get new wheels and tyres, because I had like 5 or 6 people tell me those wheels look shit. Really cheap. So yeah, they're going to be changed. I was on the fence whether to do it or not, but now I know. So it's going to be pricey. But hey, this hobby's expensive. And I've changed my paint idea for that again. I don't know if I told you in my last video, but I didn't like the chameleon paint very much. It was a bit dark. So I'm thinking now of doing a pretty much like a white truck with a thin coat of chameleon paint on it, because on white it gives it a really nice, subtle but very nice effect. And I'm doing a purple stripe. I brought the purple paint, Yamaha something purple, cosmic purple. It's quite nice. So I was going to do like a line that starts down here at a point, gets wider to a certain point, and then goes all the way up and around, and then ends here. Or might wrap it around and end on an angle, and then having like sorry, I said the word like in a sentence, having a purple stripe go across here, and have the sides white with the pearlescent chameleon on, and then having the top pieces all in black. So that's just an idea. I don't know if I'm going to paint this year, because the amount of setbacks I'm having with the TCAD paint at the minute, with things not going to plan and me making mistakes, having to undo what I've just done, and yeah, it sets me back. I'm probably going to run out of time. I've got a new job soon, which I'm very excited for, so I'm going to have to concentrate on that, obviously, and that might most likely will result in me moving out, so that's going to delay things even more. But on the flip side, I am going to be earning a lot more money, so I can put it into the trucks. But not directly, obviously, because the trucks are a hobby, they're not a priority. So this probably won't get painted this year. I've got the paint, and I'm going to learn from my mistakes and buy enough paint that I need, because it comes in the same batch then, so it will colour match. But I'm going to get the TCAD done. That's going to be my main priority. I'll see what these bits look like, and when the spotlight bar arrives, I'll mount it on there, because I'm going to have to drill holes for it. So obviously you want to drill all your mount holes for all your parts before you paint it. So I need to do that anyway. So the paint will probably end up being next year on this one, I think. Or yeah, no, it probably will be, because the winter's cold and I probably won't be here. But yeah, this thing's looking beast. I love this truck. It turned 7 years old 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, 7 years ago, I bought the kit and built it, and it's been old reliable ever since, apart from that time when we set it on fire. But we'll skip past that, it's not important. That was a wiring issue. But yeah, I'm just going to put these bits of trim on, because I never finished. I mean, this is 7 years old, as I said, and I'm still buying parts for it, you know. But I think that will go on there. And Dad started his trailer. He started taking bits off and coming up with a list of parts that he needs, and he's been doing more work to his long line, so he's now got a rear perimeter kit on, or his own version of a perimeter kit, and his Susie bar all lights up, and yeah, his beacons are on it. He's putting off putting his Dutch bumper on because that's a big ass job. I mean, it's huge. You've got to take the entire truck apart, rip the entire rear end apart to get it in, and then we've got to do the wiring. I bought him an MFC01 unit because it was cheap, and the guy said he hasn't tested it, it might not work, but it was only 40 quid, so I thought, well, buy it and see what happens. I haven't tested it yet. I put a battery on, it turned on, so far so good. But we'll try, if that works, we'll put that in Dad, and then you'll have lights that work then and sound. So yeah, that's the plan of that. I'll put some pictures up as I'm talking, and that's about it really. So, and also I went to what am I going? Stivian's West of England Steam Rally today, and Dad bought me this, which is cool. I had one before, but it was not very good. So cheers, Dad. I got a table mounted vice. But yeah, that's about it really. I'll do another video next week when I've done more. Hopefully I can get, like, I don't know, make some decent progress. I would love to have the paint done by next week, but that probably ain't going to be the case. Who knows? I'll do what I can, see what happens. I think a week today we're going to Dorset Steam Fair, so it might even be later than that. Who knows? I would like to get this done for the next West Country RC meet up at West Country RC Truckers up at Weston-super-Mare. Which is on the 11th of, is it the 11th? I don't know when it is actually. Early September, and yeah, I believe it's 3 weeks today. So it would be nice to have it done for that, but if it ain't done, it ain't done. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy me rambling like a madman, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.